It's a difficult one to explain, Big Pink Dress. It's become kind of a symbol of the breast cancer now charity, things like that, where people say me, know I run for breast cancer, but I do a lot of other charities as well, where I change the colour of the outfits, I change the actual, look of them, and people can put donations on to have a ribbon on the dress and all. Basically, Big Pink Dress this is not my word. Somebody once told me Big Pink Dress gives hope, and that to me is amazing when somebody thinks it like that. To think that just because I stick on a costume and do a run, that it's giving somebody a little bit of hope that they may not have to worry or suffer in the future, which, wow, that's Big Pink Dress. Yeah. I first started doing this in 2014. It was one of my wife's friends was on a world trip, and she came back halfway through to see her friends, and she went in the shower that night to get ready to go out, and she discovered a lump. Over the next few weeks and months and all that, watching her go through it was horrendous. I hated it. First time I'd ever come across anybody with cancer. So I kind of thought, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I can't do anything to help that way. But I used to be a semi-good runner when I was younger. I used to train at the Jarrow in Heaven Athletics Club with Steve Cram and all them. And I thought, right, I haven't done the Great North Run in 15 years, might as well try it. I did think, right, I'll just run it, try and raise a few pounds. And when the pack came through for breast cancer campaign, it was at the time, it was wear it pink. Now, at that point, I worked in a nursing home, and we'd just done a show for the residents at Christmas, and I got typecast immediately as Diana Ross and the Supremes. So, as you can imagine, X-Force's 6'6" bloke as Diana Ross. Yes, it was a sight to behold. But when that pack came through, it was wear it pink, and that was literally the only pink thing I owned. So I thought, right, I'll try the Great North Run in this. I remember getting to the start line at the Great North Run in 2014 to a few funny looks, and I thought, how on earth am I going to get to the finish line in this? I struggled that day, I've got to be honest. I had no skin left on the back of my calves or anything because the dress was rubbing on it. And I said after that, I said, I'm not doing that again. But I did, a couple of weeks later, I said, listen, I want to try something bigger. Oh. Tell you what, don't go to the hairdressers before you do this. Whew. Right, twist. Oh, right, fab. Right, second to last, the wig, which is covered in glitter, which is murder. And the only way I can get me look properly with sunglasses. I don't understand it, I've got to be honest. For some reason, the Big Pink Dress has caught people's imagining, they love it and all that stuff. I get messages from all over the world, I get cards sent to us, I get dolls made for us, I get presents given to us and things like that, just as a thank you. My wife's friend's totally in remission, she's absolutely fine now. But since I've been doing this, I've gotten to know so many other women and men with breast cancer, and I got really close friends with a couple, and unfortunately, since I've been doing this, they've passed away. I think it's what drives me now with this whole thing, to keep it going, things like that. And I know this year's my last but it doesn't mean it's the last I will be doing fundraising. I've thought about this for a long time and nearly finished this year, but I'm going to do one more London Marathon, one more Great North Runners Big Pink Dress, and that's it. When I announced I was packing in, I hadn't seen, my son is now 21 this year. I started this when he was 16 years old, and now on every single weekend has been either doing something charity work or not being at home. And I've really not had a lot of time with my son and my wife in the last 5 years. I didn't want to be selfish to my family. Getting their lives interrupted, it's hard. Since I announced I was retiring, my wife's talking to me, my son's talking to me, and they both feel the opposite now. They not that they don't want to spend time with me. they feel that what I'm doing is making a bigger difference than, you know, it would be kind of selfish to quit. In my head, I should quit. In my heart, I don't want to quit because it's doing good. It's doing a lot of good. Last year, a friend of mine on Twitter, Kay, I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning that. In fact, I know she won't. She'll be fine. Was told in February last year she had 12 weeks to live. The day of the London Marathon, she probably shouldn't even have been alive. But she just had chemo on the morning of the London Marathon. That woman waited 5 hours at mile 22 because on her bucket list she wanted to meet the Big Pink Dress. Oh, so sorry. She's still with us now. This is a year later. And she wrote to me and said, the fact I just want to see you. I didn't expect you to come over and hug us and stuff like that. And she wrote an award nomination. Can you believe this? And she put down, she truly believes that the hug has kept her alive this next year. So when you get things like that, you understand how much you're touching people's lives. Because I've never met her until last year, until she stood there, not well, hair had all gone with the chemo. She'd literally been told 9 weeks earlier that she wouldn't make 12 weeks. When you ask me about why is Big Pink Dress like that, that's it. It touches people's lives, and she's a big part of Big Pink Dress. And for me to stand there this year and see her again would be the greatest thing ever. Be better than any of the medals, be better than anything. Just have an extra year with her family. Sorry, I didn't know where you wanted me to stop.
Good.
I just said say who you are.
All right. Oh, did you?